Let's talk about the Persians. The Persians as an empire will be brought into the region that we've already talked about several times already, that Fertile Crescent region today, what is the Iraq-Iran area of the world map. So if you can find that on the world map, that's kind of where we're talking about there. And these people are an Indo-European people, probably initially being nomadic and traveling down from that area of the Caucasus Mountains, somewhere around the Black Sea, Caspian Sea type place. They are going to be led, it says, in 550 BCE by a leader named Cyrus, who was considered to be a military genius. He's going to rule his empire as they overtake that area of the Assyrians from 550 to 539 BCE. Going to win a lot. Going to spread out all the way from the Indus Valley, if you can find that on your map, all the way to Anatolia. That's where present-day Turkey is. So that's a pretty large area. The thing about Cyrus's rule is going to be very tolerant of other faiths, other religions. Going to allow local leaders to just kind of stay in place. Even returning some of those folks who have been captured by the Assyrians back to their homeland, namely the Jews, back to Jerusalem there. The local control by the Persian leadership is really going to have a long-lasting effect. If you are the ruler and we conquer your area, Persians are going to say, you can still be in charge. Just remember that our king is the king of all the kings. So that king of kings phrase kind of comes into our conversation. Make sure you pay your taxes. Keep worshiping whatever religion you want to, but just remember who is in charge there. Cyrus' son, not going to have as much success, is not going to be as tolerant, going to be a little bit more heavy-handed, and as a result, is going to face quite a few rebellions during his reign. The empire gets back on track, though, with Darius, or as we say in eastern North Carolina, Darius, who's actually going to be a member of the royal guard and achieve that leadership position as emperor of the Persian Empire. Going to return stability here, very well organized. Going to divide the empire up into provinces, which are kind of sections to be ruled by lower level officials, often called satraps. Those provinces, if you think about states in the United States, very similar there. The authority of the leaders of that province or of Canada, definitely they have what are actually called provinces. But the authority of that government is going to see to the needs of the people in that area. But of course, the national government has authority over that province. So in this case, the Persians, as an empire, would have authority over those provinces. This empire would be connected by what is called the Royal Road. This is infrastructure at its finest. The Persians understood that they needed to be able to get their forces throughout the empire very quickly. They also need to be able to communicate. And they also saw that good roads meant good trade. And I hope you're going to see that good trade means long-lasting empires. Because as long as people are making money and they are getting the needs that they have through goods and services, a lot of times they will allow themselves to be ruled by outsiders in the case of empire goes. One last note here, when you talk about culture of the Persians, there was their faith, monotheistic faith known as Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster was actually the teacher of this faith, but this faith brings about that conversation we often see today of good versus evil. And that struggle allowed the people who were, and it's not practiced a lot on the planet today. There's a few pockets maybe in present-day Iran and India that do, but that struggle of good versus evil helped, as all faiths do, perhaps make sense of the world in which they lived in. So the empire lasting over 200 years, we'd like to say this was a kind of a long-lasting empire. All right? Thanks a lot.